and feel free to ask any questions you have. There are two questions here so far in the chat. One is, battles were not fought during Ramadan. Why did the Battle of Badr take place on the 17th?
Yes, maybe this is, as you know, this Battle of Badr was fought right in the beginning when it was in Medina. So could be that no, it was still the what order of fasting had not come. And secondly, don't forget that most of the battles were not offensive; they were defensive. So when the enemy attacks you, he doesn't see it's Ramadan or not, right? For example, the eighth Imam, is a very what a good hadith which every scholar mentions on the first night of Muharram, that when Rayyan goes to meet eighth Imam, so Imam talks about what happened in Karbala. One of the things he says, interestingly, he says that no, Muharram has been the month which is a sacred month. There are 4 months which are sacred, right? Rajab, Zilqada, Zilhajjah, and Muharram. So he said Muharram has been sacred, whereby even people of Jahiliyyah before Islam, they would not attack. But this ummah, how much unfair they were that they attacked the grandson of the Prophet in the month of Muharram, right? So the enemy doesn't see whether it's Ramadan or not, right?
Thank you. Another question here is, Assalamu alaikum Shaykhana, Jazakallah khair for the morning sessions. Besides those that worship Imam Ali al-Islam as God, what are the other groups that are part of the Zalim group?
No, there can be so many. I have to do the research on it. But of course, no. For example, here we were talking about those who will not be overseen, right? I mean, that means their action will not be overseen. So consider Imam as to worship. That means, of course, if somebody does shirk to that extent, when we say Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, keep in mind that our ibadat is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't involve anybody in the ibadat. So, for example, sometimes we are saying our namaz, and suddenly somebody comes and we improve our namaz, our stature changes, our makhraj changes, That should not be the case. People do exactly opposite. When you are an imam and go to masjid to lead the prayer, at that time you will be very simple and fast, right? Because you'll take consideration of people who are there. But when you are saying namaz at home, now say long surahs, now say long sajda, now do long ruku, right? Don't impress people. Now your ibadat is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So keep in mind that when we do ibadat, it's only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Certain things Allah will not forgive, and one of them is shirk. Shirk is something which will not be forgiven at all. It will not be at all overlooked. So saying prayers for others to show off, these are all, you will see there is a very good, there's a book we mentioned earlier, 40 hadiths by Ayatollah Khomeini. Within that, you'll find that one hadith discusses about, what riyah, about show off, and then he gives different kind of stages of riyah. One of them, he says that, when we do ibadat to show off, is also a shirk, is a stage of shirk. So keep that in mind.
There's one sort of a clarification on this last question as well. Can we read Ali Ya Ali Tasbih? Is that allowed based off this discussion?
Yeah, of course, Ya Ali is fine as long as we know that Ali was a servant of Allah and he also did ibadat. Imam Ali did namaz and ruku and sajda the way we do. So Ya Ali, as long as Ya Ali is mentioned, because Prophet also mentioned Ya Ali, we are following about Sirat of the Prophet, that's okay. That we consider him as a great person through whom our du'as get accepted, that's fine. But as long as we don't consider him as a divine, we consider him as somebody great, there's no doubt in it. Somebody who was holy, somebody who was masoom, somebody who was very close to the Prophet, somebody who was the best contributor in Islam, yes, but not as a divine.
Very good. One question regarding the youth. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
I have a question here. When we pray namaz salatul walidain, is it like our niyat is only for our parents, or we can include kul mu'minin or minat?
Yes, if you can do that, but keep in mind that basic is for walidain, as I said earlier in one of the lectures, that if you want to include for Kul Mu'minat Mu'minat, the best thing is namaz hadiya mayat. Because walidain is actually for your parents. Keep in mind that there is something you have to give to your parents. So this is the least thing. And don't involve others in that. When you, for example, make a gift for, just only yesterday was a Mother's Day, right? So when you want to take something for your mother, it is for your mother only. Don't now include that it's for my mother, also for my aunt, also for no. This is special because my mother is a special person. So namaz hadi walidain is that special gift for the parents. You want to remember other marumi? Just recite namaz hadi mayat.
Hadiya mayat. Okay. Okay, thank you. And another one, like when we say salawat, we say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, and then sometimes Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So what's the difference between Muhammadin wa Muhammad?
Yeah, this is a tajweed. Tajweed, once you learn the tajweed rule, it comes Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. If you say Muhammad, that's fine. You can pause wa ali Muhammad. If you don't pause, then say Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So if you decide to pause Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, then you can say al Muhammad. Now, because in Arabic, there's a rule that you always pause with sakin. It is actually Muhammadin. If you see, in salawat, how it is written, it's Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin, right? But if you pause, it becomes Muhammadin because Muhammad. So Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. But make sure you pause. But you can't say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. If you say Muhammad wa ali Muhammad without pausing, then it's wrong tajweed wise. It is Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. It's not Muhammad. If you say Muhammad, then pause, even for a few seconds, but pause. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. But if you don't pause in the sense, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So it's a tajweed, the rule of tajweed. One has to know what to read. Nowadays, of course, because you can just go also online and just look at the rules of tajweed and how I can improve my reading. There are lessons online available, and there are also programs available to teach you the tajweed.
Okay, thank you.
Before we go to the next question, there's a request if you could just go to the previous slide. They were people still going through that one. And the next question is, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. My question is that for the youth of today, many of them don't have very strong trust in Allah because they don't have a strong belief in the unseen. How do we strengthen that belief in the unseen as a vital part of our belief?
Yes, Iman ilm al-ghaib is very important. It's a very central point. This is because today's youth is so much believing that the way science believes, right? That whatever you can see or feel, or you can see around you, that is only your belief. But there are so many things. Just take this. What can be a better example than this virus, right? You can see, who can see the virus? Who has seen coronavirus? With our eyes, we don't even see it. It is just that the scientists believe that it is there. It is so small, right? It is so small. I'm forgetting the weight. No, it's I think 10,000 part of a gram, or so small. They say and we believe it. But you and me cannot see it. But you can see the havoc it has wreaked, right? Today it has infected 4 million people, right? So when a coronavirus, which is such a small thing, which we've not even seen, can bring such a kind of disturbance in the whole world, imagine about the power of Allah, which of course we not see. So not everything just can be seen is right. Even we have not seen this virus, but we feel. And there are so many things, for example, even the pain. We don't see the pain, but we just feel it's just internal, right? Or for example, there's a beautiful example that in Quran, when Nabi Ibrahim was asked to sacrifice Ismail, and Ismail said, yes, go ahead. Go ahead, my father, since you are a prophet of God and you have seen the dream, go ahead with what you've been asked. So then Ibrahim makes Ismail just lie down, and he himself makes a blindfold and takes the knife and about to slaughter. He was about to slaughter his son, right? And immediately Allah sends a rain and he's just saved, right? After the incident, Quran says, Salamu ala Ibrahim, peace be on Ibrahim. My question is, who, if, for example, if the slaughter would have continued, if Ibrahim was asked to slaughter the son, who would be harmed more, Ismail or Ibrahim? Would not Ismail be harmed more? Because his neck would be slaughtered. But Allah sends salam to Ibrahim. Why? Because although Ismail would have seen that physical pain, but more than that, the pain of a father to see a young son being slaughtered by himself, that is even more difficult, right? And that's why you can see Allah sends salam to Ibrahim, not to Ismail. Now Allah could have sent salam to Ismail, that Ismail, you are so brave that you're ready to sacrifice. But there are certain things, although we don't see it, right? And there are so many examples which can be seen to say that things which are not seen, but they are reality, right? And that way, of course, once we take one by one steps, realize that no, of course, the power of Allah is there and faith. But it's a discussion on its own, right? This is very important that our youth should always be encouraged to take classes on creed, Islamic belief. What we learn in madrasa is very minimum. And at that time, when what we learn in madrasa, we were very young. So we are taught according to our level. But as we grow and as our understanding increases or comprehension increases, it's very important. Every son and daughter of community who goes to the college and university must take classes on creed, on Islamic belief. If you don't do that, you can be misled by your professors because there is so much godlessness, right? You can see just now, I was mentioning this thing earlier also, that this coronavirus, we see the news every day, but in all this news, you will not find the word God at all. That God will make us go out of it. You will not find it at all. Because the newscaster is not allowed. If the newscaster uses the word God, he'll be just fired, right? So there's so much godlessness there. So we need to go through our classes on Aqaid and strengthen our belief.
Good examples there. Thank you. Another question regarding the discussion on sins and forgiveness. After the fourth repeat of the sin, should we lose hope in maghfirah, forgiveness?
No, we'll not lose, of course, hope in maghfirah. We'll never lose hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Because losing the hope in Allah is itself a sin. No? We'll not do that. But you realize that the whole idea of this hadith is that you can see how grave it is. That Allah is forgiving us, Allah is overlooking us, Allah is, for example, not punishing us. But once a person has that audacity to disobey once, second time, third time, and still continues. So how much audacious a person can be? We say his jurat, no? Himmat kya thi avi gaye se khuda ni nafrmani kare, we say in Gujarati, So keep that in mind. The whole idea of that hadith is that, sometimes just put a stop, break, in wrong things and look at it. And this is the best time. Month of Ramadan is the best time because we are fasting. And as we are fasting, we are not eating and drinking because of obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanallah, somebody sent me a message only a few days ago that certain person talks abusive language, while he's fasting, but when he gets angry, he talks so much abusive language. I said, what has he learned from Ramadan? What Ramadan is not changing, because if you be abusive in the month of Ramadan also, it just defeats the whole purpose, right? The essence of fasting goes away.
I know we're running a little bit over time, but there's just 2 or 3 more questions that are a little bit off topic. But
today is not a weekend. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, let's give it a try. Can Walidain Salat be recited in the morning after Fajr, or it has to be done between Maghrib and Isha only?
No. Walidain Salat, Sheikh Abbas Koi mentions anytime. There is no time for Walidain Namaz. Anytime you can do it. Because I saw in the books, only somebody asked me, because on the first 5 nights when I did tafsir of Surah An-Nur, the last tafsir, the last session was about, I discussed the slide on Namaz Hadi Walidain. So somebody sent me a question that when can be recited. So I did some homework and I found that Namaz Hadi Walidain can recite it anytime. But you can recite between Maghrib and Isha, after Isha, or anytime. But there's no mention there that when you should recite.
Very good. Is Namaz Hadi Walidain and Maghfirata Walidain the same prayer, or are they different?
I'm not sure, aware of the Maghfirata Walidain. So maybe the questioner can send me email and send me the method, because what I know is Namaz Hadi Walidain. If there is Namaz Maghfirata Walidain, then sorry, I'm not aware of it, and you'll excuse my ignorance now.
No problem. I think the other question we have here is, which namaz is better, Namaz-e Washati Qabr or Namaz Hadi Mayat for the first night for the deceased?
Yeah, Namaz Washat is for the relatives. if you are a relative of the marhum, or if you are very close to somebody and the person has died in your city, the namaz washat is for them. Otherwise, the rest of us, for example, we get the news that some so and so has died in Toronto, somebody has died in Dar es Salaam, somebody's died in Tanga, somebody died in London, then namaz hadiyat.
Thank you. Any other questions for people online? Want to ask? Just unmute yourself.
There's not a question, but a comment that one of the volunteers, very dedicated volunteer, Ali Jaffrey, and his wife, elderly, both are positive for coronavirus, COVID-19. So just a request for prayer for their recovery. They are in good spirits. Both are in hospital, and just a request of their recovery. Dua.
Thank you very much, Mehdi Bhai, because this session which we're having is extension of Fajr sessions in Toronto, and this Ali Bhai is regular. Syed Ali Muhammad Abbas Jaffrey attends morning sessions regularly on Sundays and Saturdays. So he has been taken ill, and his wife also positive COVID. So please pray for their recovery and also recovery of all mu'mineen who are suffering on account of this sickness. Again, inshallah, we'll see you tomorrow. Please don't forget each other in your du'as, inshallah.
Hassan, thank you, Sheikh. To see you tomorrow, inshallah, everyone. Take care. Good Hafiz.